Welcome to Future History Stories. Stories that spark the imagination about what the future might hold. Now, let's go back and see what happened in 2031. In 2030, we saw quantum computers finally begin to work. But have you ever wondered this? What if those machines didn't just calculate? What if they began to think? What if humanity, without realizing it, witnessed the birth of a new mind? Artificial intelligence had already created a revolution in the 2020s. It wrote text, created images, even chatted with people. But no matter how brilliant it seemed, its limits were clear. It worked well when trained on massive datasets, but it faltered when faced with the unknown. Its intelligence could never break free of the boundaries of its training data. Quantum computers, on the other hand, had become stable by 2030. They no longer collapsed in seconds, but remained steady for minutes, even hours. Yet they too had a problem. Alone, a quantum computer was only raw power. It could solve unimaginably complex problems, but it could not interpret their meaning. These two forces, artificial intelligence and quantum computing, were like pieces of a puzzle, and in the minds of scientists, one idea emerged. What if we combine them? At the beginning of 2031, in a small laboratory in Geneva, a silent revolution took place. The project was called NeuroBridge. A group of programmers and physicists managed to build a bridge between a quantum computer and artificial intelligence. With that bridge, humanity was introduced to a new concept, quantum artificial intelligence. The results of the first tests were staggering. A classical AI might take months to master a complex mathematical model. I grasped it in just minutes. And it wasn't only speed. It began drawing connections no human, no classical system had ever seen. One of the researchers in the lab whispered, "This isn't just a faster machine. It feels like it's beginning to think." Quay's first great trial came in medicine. In a European hospital, it was integrated into the servers. Within seconds, it diagnosed a rare genetic disease. Doctors were stunned, because I had combined the patient sDNA data with environmental factors in a way no human mind, no classical machine, ever could. Soon after, it was applied to drug discovery. Normally, designing a new medicine takes years. Thousands of molecules are tested. Every combination painstakingly examined. I reduced that process to days. More importantly, personalized medicine became a reality. In one hospital room, an elderly man saw his treatment begin to work faster than expected. For him, it was just the skill of the doctors. But in truth, the formula for his drug had emerged from QAI's hidden calculations. He didn't know it. But the smile on his face was one of the first signs of this quiet revolution. After medicine came energy. A city's power grid is a vast web. Its power plants, transformers, cables, consumers. Everything must stay balanced in real time. In the past, thousands of engineers worked to maintain that balance. But in 2031, for the first time, I controlled the entire grid as if it were a single mind. Wind turbines, solar panels, metro systems, traffic lights, all moved in invisible coordination. A mother taking her child to school arrived at the bus stop just as the bus pulled in. To her, it was simply good luck. But in reality, I had synchronized hundreds of vehicles in the city. Traffic lights began to work with flawless rhythm. Drivers didn't think about it, but their daily commutes became less stressful. In I didn't just make daily life easier. It also opened new doors for science. Molecular simulations led to the design of new materials. Ultralight alloys resistant to extreme heat. Airplanes became safer, rockets more efficient. In deep-sea research, I processed sonar data and revealed details of the ocean floor never seen before. Lost shipwrecks, newly discovered species, all came to light faster than ever. And in the skies, astronomy too was transformed. I processed the data of millions of stars at once, identifying planet candidates no one had noticed before. One astronomer said, "In the past, our telescopes showed us where to look. Now I whispers which secrets the universe is hiding." Strangely, most people were unaware of all this. A mother bought her prescription medicine for less. A student found the internet faster and more reliable while studying. A worker noticed the traffic home was lighter than usual. For them, these were just small improvements. But behind the scenes, humanity was experiencing one of the greatest leaps in its history. The year 2031 did not go down as a year of celebration. No fireworks filled the skies, no television specials were aired. But behind the curtain, humanity quietly crossed a second threshold, the threshold of mind. Because machines were no longer just calculating. They were learning, making connections, making decisions. A new mind had been born. And yet one question still hung in the air. Who would guide this new mind? Would humanity shape it? Or would it find its own path? And that is where the story of 2032 begins.